This is Free Fallin by Tom Petty. Just really an exercise for the D, going into what we have as our cheater chord, D suspended 4. Technically, that's what we used for our D major. Kind of the same one we're doing like this. So a different technique where instead of using our first 2 fingers here, if we have our first finger back here, just going over the root of the actual D chord. So this is our real D natural. See it tabbed out in a Google Doc, has a diagram. Keep in mind that diagram is not yet left-handed. The picture isn't reversed, so there's your clue. But this is our D chord, and the D suspended 4 is what we have as our cheater chord. All right, so if we use our first finger here and our second finger stays here in the natural D, we have this pinky off, pinky on, pinky on, pinky off, and then we have a new chord A. So we just take our first 2 fingers and just jam them across these 3 strings. It may take a little bit of getting used to. Some people do all 3 fingers. As you can see, mine are way too fat. So some people cross theirs over like this, kind of make a triangle in the same. I don't really like that. I hate it. Some people will just use 1 finger across like this, but then you don't get that open string. So I would recommend 2 fingers, still space in between, and you're good to go. So we have, so D with no pinky, pinky on, back to no pinky, A. And that just repeats until we get to some other parts. But that's the main thing. We can do it a couple other ways as well, but that's the main way that Tom actually does it, and that practices this extra little D movement. Keep in mind, that's kind of the same movement we would do going to a G anyway. D natural is putting that pinky down and then scooting over to a chord. So a good skill to have. We're going to need to develop it as we go.